everyone, welcome to Radical Geek YouTube. So here we are tonight, and wow, oh my goodness, look at the chat. I know we're usually pretty busy, but not crazy busy like this. So, but I see Stacy was first, Beaten Heath, who's not even here. They're usually cooking dinner, so that's probably why. But I see Sharon is here, Pam is here, J-Dog's here, Rhonda's here, Air Frying Auntie's here, Purple Lady Texas, OP is here. Did I say Rhonda already? I don't know, but we love Rhonda, so we can say her name twice. Air Frying Auntie. Oh, Adrian is here. And of course, Ilchilla is here. Purple Lady Texas. I'm losing track because you guys are so chatty and hello. I see Keto Village has joined us, everyone. You know how we love Christy Davis. So, and Bryquin96. And, oh, here's Renee. So, oh, posting Hungry Heath recipes. That's right. Tonight we have our Keto Chow giveaway going on, but also if you are tagging Hungry Heath, you should know over on Facebook or Instagram, anytime you cook one of their recipes, I believe that's counting as entries into their giveaway. Once they show up, they can go over their rules, and that'll be cool. But also, hey, I think we're back. So you just get my lovely green screen today. And let me just move this laptop a little bit to give me some table space. It's sort of working. And yeah, so here's Attila's laptop. And we're back. So give me a second to scramble and then we'll get going again. My goodness, what a lot of chaos. All right. So, I'm back, and it is hard to figure everything out on a machine with a very different screen. Let me see if I can at least pop this chat out so I can read it and make it a little bigger. And, whoops. Oh, the chaos. Sorry guys, it's definitely quite the evening. I've never hadn't had these kind of problems, but you know, we'll punt. Anyway, so how about before we get like the other stuff going, should we talk a little bit about the giveaway? I sort of told you what we did here is I did an extract and I have all of my subscribers' names here, and I assume that it's even now with all the chaos, it's possible that yeah, well, yes, it got a little bit of chaotic. But hey, we punted. And now we'll eat in a second, Hungry Heath. But so anyways, I have all the subscriber names in here, and I realize that it's possible that people won't be here, and so we'll be discarding names and have to do a lot of drawing. But I figure we'll see. And I guess tomorrow I'll go buy a new laptop. I'm sad because my cheese is on that old laptop, and now my Keto Crate review, and we ate a bunch of it, so it'll be weird times for sure. All right, let's just pick someone. How about Kathy Green, which I don't think we've seen Kathy. Is Kathy on tonight? If not, we'll do that. And let me move my sticks here. And my Chemex. Well, I don't know. J-Dog's asking if I punted like the Cowboys. Do the Cowboys punt? I'm not sure about that. I mean, I don't know. I guess where I grew up. So, oh, hey, 2FXMJ. Nice to see you. And I see Susan B's joined us. Blue Dub's joined us. I see OP and Ren Can Cook. All right, I didn't see Kathy respond yet, so let's pick another name. Robin Dunnigan. Robin Dunnigan's the next name. But wow. So sorry for the extra adventure on what was supposed to be like our super exciting night with our giveaways. And I'm gonna start my air fryer because this was also my dinner. So my dinner is delayed, and as much as I love you guys, I'm really hankering for food. So it's gonna go for 400 degrees, and we'll be starting at 15 minutes. And if I think they're gonna need a little longer, they'll do that. But what we're making tonight, okay, let's see. Here's a different name. I didn't see a response yet. I know this guy's not here. Samurai Jack. I know who that is. That's a real life friend of mine and not here. So he loses. I see Donna's join us. And so tonight, due to popular request, we're making, I'm just going to keep drawing names until we get winners. So I am making bacon wrapped cheese sticks, and also they're my favorite, so I threw some little jalapeno poppers here on the side. I pre-did 3 of them, and I wanted to show you what a pain in the ass these are. They are terrible. I'm gonna have a drink of water after all that adventure. So that was some craziness for sure. It's going to be chaos when it uploads after the fact too. But, so bacon wrapped cheese sticks. I have what was a frozen cheese stick, but now it's gone so long, so it's probably going to really melt everywhere. So, it takes 2 pieces of bacon, because you want to kind of make sure you try, although are not really successful, to encapsulate all of the cheese, so that what runs out is not most of the cheese. And it gets very awkward, but we do what we can. And that's why I had done some of them ahead of time, so that you could see what a pain in the tuchus this is. Tuchus is talk for ass, and I don't know, sometimes I get cutesy about butts, I don't know. Anyways, you just kind of try and squeeze it, and done. And so they come out, they're like this. I don't even know if I'm holding stuff up to the camera because I can't see anything with the new setup yet. We'll get it all streamlined and fixed up proper. Hopefully you can see it. I'll probably try and rearrange the screen for a little bit too. But close enough. Anyway, so that's bacon wrapped cheese sticks. And here's the jalapeno poppers. So, and as soon as the air fryer comes up to temp, we'll be going with that. I'm going to try and move this a little bit to see if I can see the chat, but also get the studio up so I can see what's there. Maybe. I'm trying. Okay, there we are, I think. Okay, now I can see what I'm showing you on the camera. Sorry for, I didn't even set up a background, so you just got my janky green screen. So, okay. The most mild pepper, actually make a big giant one and use poblanos. They're delicious and they are not hot or spicy at all. Let's find another, let's grab another sticker. Oh, Shelly the warden. So the warden is here, correct? I'm pretty sure the warden, and you know what, that means that Hungry Heath is in here too, just so you guys know. No twosies, only one, so the warden. Now, what we're going to do is you need to send me an email at radicalgeek42@gmail.com with your shipping address, and I will send out your prize. So let me show you what a Keto Chow prize is going to look like. Get rid of my dirty dish. So it's like 20 packs of Keto Chow. So there's banana, eggnog, natural strawberry, regular strawberry, a chocolate peanut butter, one of the best flavors, chocolate peanut butter, you all. And I just got to say again, thanks for hanging in there, because wow, what a crazy pants stream. So apple pie. Now, apple pie won't be in all of the prizes. One of them, I ran out making 6 prizes of 20, so I threw a couple extra. Everyone gets a pistachio who wins prizes. And 1 orange mango. Another eggnog. If you decide that you don't want to receive your gift, let's talk about that after the fact. We'll see if at the end where we wind up with prizes. I have 6 of these Keto Chow packs. There's root beer, strawberry, and then chocolates. So that's all the Keto Chows for a Keto Chow prize. So it's quite generous. And if you don't want it, we should talk about that amongst ourselves here on the stream, you guys. If somebody doesn't want their prize, we can do one of 2 things: keep drawing, or give it to a charitable case, because we do have some of those. We have a Choices here in Columbus. That's a domestic violence shelter who would be very grateful for things like that. We can just continue drawing until we reach people who do want it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. I gotta pause and put this stuff in here because I am so hungry. Here we go. Now, we'll keep drawing as we go, but I want to tell you about these cheese sticks. I've tried these cheese sticks and multiple times, and I want you to know that I don't know what kind of malarkey other YouTubers making these cheese sticks, or the TikTok where they're like hardly wrapping the cheese and it comes out looking all perfectly formed. It doesn't work that way. I don't care how hard you freeze those cheese sticks, and I don't care how you wrap them. Cheese leaks out, gets all melty, some of it gets crispy, and you have to pre-cook your bacon a little bit, or it'll be even worse and just be a big mess. So regardless of how they show you, when I see the ones where they have only done like a little partial spiral of bacon and the cheese stick looks all perfect, all I can say is that bacon is probably not cooked all the way, and that they didn't really air fry it, because then they pick it up and it's all solid and they dip it into marinara sauce. I can guarantee the reason you don't actually see them eat that is because that cheese stick is still frozen and that bacon's not cooked. But they are still delicious, even with the melty, oozy cheese. Now that's why on the air fryer I used the tray with a tinfoil cover and parchment. It kind of defeats the purpose of actually air frying. But oh, I see Chow CEO has joined us. And yes, I did freeze the cheese sticks, and I did parboil the bacon so that it was most of the way cooked, so that now all it has to do is crisp. So it is mozzarella cheese sticks. They're just the cheapos from Costco, etc. So I'll never do trickery like that with my recipes. I'll always cook with you and tell you the good, the bad, and all around the deal. Just because they're not the same perfect consistency. I think even if we did it smarty pants, saying we could lick them in liquid nitrogen, even if we did that, and we know people who can bring the liquid nitrogen, I don't think that they would stay when you cook it. So it, again, to repeat, because I know it's been chaos with the stream dropping and all of that, 400 degrees for 15 minutes. Let's draw some more winners, and then we'll get started on the coffee. I'm going to start some water heating. Christy DM. So we'll talk about the coffee just a little bit. As we, I'm just going to draw names at random and get all crazy because I got flustered actually with the laptop dying. So now I'm like chaos everywhere. The cheese sticks were frozen. I froze them. I stuck them in the freezer actually a couple days ago. So yeah, and it's true that the liquid nitrogen is how they freeze stuff like ice cream or things like that. But the other trick for those is that they're actually able to be completely encased in their coating without any holes or leaks. If there's any holes or leaks, it will unfreeze. So air fryer 400 for 15 minutes. And at the halfway point, we're going to turn it, or at least try to turn it, or look at it and decide it's too melty and leave it like that. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Chemex and kind of try and get back on track. I'm heating up some water. The Chemex is made from a high quality glass. It's based on lab equipment glass. So, and each piece is a single piece of glass that has been formed, and then it is every Chemex is hand polished. It's not machined, it's hand polished. So that is why, and yet they're still all perfect and mostly identical. Also, you can see that each one has what I call the belly button, where they break the form from the blowing of the glass. So I have water boiling. You don't want your water boiling when you brew, so we'll turn it down. But so it's a single piece, and then they have this decorative wooden collar that's supposed to protect your hand from the heat while you're pouring. They have another model that's very similar to the original design when the patent was filed. That's actually got a handle and no collar. Yes, Chemex is a brand name. It is right up there. It's one of the coffee giants' legendary brewers. And yes, actually, it's not similar glass to the Erlenmeyer flask. It's the same glass. In fact, the Erlenmeyer flask is the inspiration for this particular design. I will say it's probably tougher than a lot of glass because it is on par with laboratory equipment, but it's not unbreakable. And if you drop it on the floor, especially a hard floor, it's probably going to bust. And I know more than a few people have said that. And keeping in line with the whole lab equipment, that leads me to the Chemex filter papers. I'm going to unfold this for a second. You can see this is some pretty solid paper. When we've held up the papers from other pour-over brewers, it's very thin, and while you can't necessarily see through it, it's pretty close. Let's draw another name. Hey, is Tim here tonight? I hope he is, because I know that he's low on keto chow. I don't know. We'll hold his name aside and know that he's there if he comes in a little bit late. Sometimes he's late. Hey, Teresa, nice to see you there. Anyways, in keeping with the whole chemistry thing, the Chemex paper is a double bonded paper, just like they use for filtering in laboratory equipment. Pretty soon, that's all going to tie together, and it will be very exciting. I'm going to tell you though, so when you open it, one side is only one side of the triangle and the other side is 3 layers. It goes in here, and it's really one of the very important things is that the 3-sided piece goes where the lip is for the pour of the Chemex. It's 6 minutes. I'm opening the air fryer, you guys. I'm gonna pull this out, and stuff is looking fatty. The cheese is all falling out of the bacon, and I don't care because that sounds delicious to me. And the bacon is starting to get crispy, and I know I'm going to get a warning in a little while, but I'm going to roll these over. Sort of, except for where the cheese has made it flimsy. That's the other thing. They don't come out in big clean cheese sticks. They're sort of soft, and you sort of roll them onto the plate. Still delicious though. All right. Just roll that back in and close her up. I lost a spot. Oh, my plate. I can bring my plate up here. All right. So anyways, and the reason you need to do that is because since this is a singular piece of glass and not a double piece like when you get with like the V60 or a lot of the other pour overs, it can have a weird thing happen if you put the thin side over here where it'll seal up, create pressure, and then it can't brew. But when you do that, that's a good way to prevent it. Some people cheat, and when they cheat, they do things like you take a chopstick and you put it in here to prevent it from sealing. By the way, this is my Giganto Chemex and my Giganto chopstick. These are cooking chopsticks. I wish I had brought both down to show you. If you're making eggs in the big wok and doing stuff with chopsticks, it's this one. So, all right. I haven't seen Tim. I feel bad because I know he could really use the Keto Chow, but I did say present to win. So let's draw another name and then we'll continue with our coffee. Gretchen Dontreader, who is usually here, but I know is doing overtime. That is my local friend and also probably doesn't give a crap about having Keto Chow. So maybe they'll show up, maybe not. So it's not that you need, actually, weirdly, you need to use the Chemex papers with the Chemex brewer because they are larger than other pour overs. I'm going to check my cheese real quick. The bacon's looking a little floppy and all the cheese has sort of oozed out. It has 4 minutes left. I'm going to add 2 more, bringing the time from 14 minutes to 16. So, 1 second here. There we go. So, but because it needs that double layer filter, and that leads to like the next thing I was going to say about it, is you want that double layered filter because for part of the brewing method with the Chemex, the very specific filters contribute to the quality of the brew. The extra thick filtering, see, I lost it. Oh, there we go. Helps remove fats. So like some of the excess oils from the roasting of the coffee that has gotten into the ground. It helps reduce bitterness. It reduces acidity and sentiment out. Now, the caveat is because the paper is so thick, the brew takes longer. But quality sometimes takes longer. So whereas on our V60, it was designed to help accelerate your brew, this takes longer, and that's okay. You have to exhibit patience. Now, your coffee grounds are a little bit chunkier, but not coarse. It's medium, and it's It's a medium grind, not coarse, medium. So, and I'm using about 50 grams of coffee, and I'm going to use 750 milliliters of water. So you dump your coffee in. So, and the next thing I'm going to tell you about that is important to keep that grind at medium. Sometimes because the brew takes longer, or it seems like it's not brewing through as fast as you want, or like maybe it seems stuck. You have to really just exhibit your patience with the Chemex. Sometimes people make their coffee like way super coarse, and they think they need to do that. Tonight I used my favorite coffee. It's Silverbridge Mothman. I just really like it, and I bought a 5-pound bag of it, so you can look to do that. I'm just going to shove that back in the grinder where it belongs. Whoops. So, and then just like you did with the V60, make a little hole in the center of the grounds, and that brew method is basically the same. So, yeah, let's see. I'm drawing another name. You guys, my local friends keep winning. What's up with that? They don't care about Keto Chow. They just try to support me. And I know Andy's not here. Oh, here's a nice name. Lisa Ortega. Did Lisa and James log on tonight? So, but I'm not having good luck getting winners, am I? Well, that's all right. So, okay, so medium. Yes, I would scale back to medium, not medium coarse. And I would encourage people, because one of the things is because it is a lengthier brew, people often compensate by making bigger grinds and then adding more coffee. But what that actually does, sorry, distracted by my foods. That's a hot, cheesy mess. I'm excited. Is it contributes to over-extraction, defeating the purpose of all that bitterness removal. Not that your coffee should be bitter in the first place if you brew it right, but every little bit. So, I'm going to go ahead and do just like we did with the V60. I've got my water. I brought it to a boil, and then we let it sit, and so it's right about 195 to 200. And you want to pour that, start in the center and swirl it out. We're going to do a bloom. It's the exact same. If you remember the V60 brew, this is going to seem very familiar. Pour it kind of quick in the middle, and then slowly bring it out. You know what? I did a bad thing, you guys. I screwed up on my brew. But that's okay. We're going to let it bloom. I did not prep my paper. That is a huge naughty. Before you pull these shenanigans that I just did, we should have poured water in there and let the paper draw up and get filter and get wet. And then we should have dumped out the water, and then we should have done this brewing stuff. I am sorry. The chaos threw me off my game 100%. What is life when I'm even screwing up my own coffee? But that's okay. It'll work. If you have the stainless steel paper, I would not. I wouldn't add another filter. I would probably swap out to the paper, or I would go even smaller on the grinding. All right. It's time. I'm going to show you how the cheese just falls out of these. So look, it's just like a greasy, gooey mess. So that's all right though, right? It's melted cheese. Do we really care? I'm still going to try and grab it. Come to me. That's what I say. Here we go. I mean, it still scoops up. And so when you see them on the plate, where am I moving? Yeah, so that's how they come out. You know, you can't pick... I guess you could pick it up with your fingers, but it would be kind of hot and weird to do so. That's the other thing. In these TikToks and stuff, they're pulling that stuff like it's coming out of an air fryer and picking it up with their hands. You know that if you cook something in the air fryer, it's hot. That's not going to work. Oh, Christy DM, hey, you're a winner. You won a big Keto Chow package. Hooray! So make sure you send me an email at radicalgeek42@gmail.com with your shipping address, and we'll make sure we get that out to you. How exciting! All right, so that's how they come out. Oh, Naughty Naughty was a song video from St. Elmo's Fire. Man, I forgot all about that. So, anyways, but now look, even if I try to pick it up, look guys. That's not a happy solid cheese stick, but it is melted cheese and bacon, so it is gonna taste good. I'm gonna grab my little jalapeno poppers. The little one got a little extra crispy, but it's still gonna taste good. It's a good thing I'm not like a picky eater. There's still some food in here, but I've ran out of room on my plate. So here we go once more. Cheese and bacon and jalapeno poppers that have been bacon wrapped. I'm not sad about it. And now my coffee is fully bloomed. And so we're going to go ahead and do like we did before. You pour quickly and you start bringing this around. And you just bring it in spirals. And we'll probably have to do it in like a couple stages. I'm almost to the top. There's not a lot of water left, but you let this go for a second. And you're going to do the stir method now, where you go 2 stirs one way and 2 stirs the next way. And you're just stirring the crust, not digging down into the grounds. And the reason you do that, though, is so it puts the coffee fines and helps them settle to the bottom and keeps them from going into your brew pot. But you can also give it just a little bit of a swirl. Not too much right now because I've got a lot of fluid up here and I don't want it to like slosh up over the top like it did last time when I spilled on my table. So I do need a bigger plate, but you know what? That's what seconds are for. So anyways, now the water's gone down a bit. Look at this, guys. It's gorgeous. Stunning. All right. Let's draw some more names. Chanita Williams. I don't think I've seen Chanita tonight. But we'll give it a second and then we'll draw more names. So 2 out of 6 prizes so far. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my water. Remember, that was 50 grams of coffee, 750 milliliters of water. Just give me a second to pour. It does take a few. I see my paper was sucking in, so I'm just going to give it a little nudge. There we go. And now we wait for it to brew. I did brew way more than 1 cup. I'm brewing a whole pot because I'm going to drink a cup tonight on the live stream, but then I'm just going to set it in my 2-car fridge and then tomorrow have iced coffee. So, and now we just wait for the brew and one last stir. This last stir, just to let it go. Oh, it's dripping so nice. It's so pretty. I want you guys to be able to see this. So, and again, all we're doing is breaking the crust, not digging down into the grinds. You don't want to dig up all the grinds. 1, 2, one way. 1, 2, the other. And then we just be patient. Being patient is the hardest part. And that is everything for brewing in the Chemex. See, very simple. I like to swirl. I'm a big fan of swirling, just giving it a little slide on the table. I swear that it makes the coffee taste better. I don't know if it really does, but in my head it does. Anyway, so let's see. Another name. Oh, they're stuck together. Donna Sparrow. Donna Sparrow. I don't think I've seen Donna tonight. So, okay. Let's just go ahead and grab more names. I'm excited. Amanda M. I know Amanda's not here because she doesn't come to my live streams. That's another... Look at all my local people who probably could, who would love Keto Chow. So let's see the next one. Jeannie Nutter. Oh, and Drama Llama Ding Dong. By the way, that's the best name so far. I love Drama Llama Ding Dong. And yeah, we got back. It took forever. What an adventure. We actually got a whole different machine and had to set up OBS on it and connect the cam to it, reconnect. I'm actually shocked that we wound up being able to connect without restarting the stream. So it just took like 100 years. So this is these cheese sticks, now that they've sat, I can touch it. So I guess you can't do it like they do where they are solid, but you can support it with your fingers. So it sort of works. I'm going to take a big bite. Oh God, it is really tasty. Let's do another name. Oh, Pat Dyer. Is Pat here tonight? I know I saw Pam Giles, but I don't know if I saw Pat. We'll wait for a few minutes and see if Pat shows up. But we've only given away 2 of the prizes and we've got 5 more. So, wait. Yeah, 5 more because of the flat iron peppers. Let's see. Hey, Cool Kid Keto. Where are they? They're usually here on the live stream. So, it is what it is. I'm gonna take a bite of the jalapeno popper. And so you can see the coffee is taking its sweet time, but it is almost done. My grinds are starting to look dry. There's some steam coming up from the top. There's only little drips coming. And so, did it take like 4 minutes or so? Yes. Will it take like 5 or 6? Probably. So compared to the 3 minutes of the V60, it's almost double the amount of time. Hungry Heath, Cool Kid Keto told you to collect for her, but here's the problem. The warden already won a prize. So, we'll see. I don't see any reason that you couldn't use cheddar. Just freeze the sticks. You could probably use any kind of cheese. I just think that the string cheese is the original. So, I'm so hungry. I'm sorry to be rude, guys, but I'm destined to pull every local Columbus person tonight. This is Jamie, and Jamie is never on this live stream, She's subscribed to my channel. I know she watches the videos because she sends me messages. I want to tell you about Jamie. She came to one of my events, a non-keto event, and immediately just fit right in. And I cannot tell you how much I treasure her. She is an utter delight. She's one of the best people. Oh, hey, Cool Kid Keto. So Cool Kid Keto is here. Excellent. And that's the reminder then. So now you have won something. And you just send me an email to radicalgeek42@gmail.com with your shipping address, and we'll get that out to you. So that's 3 prizes down. And at 7:30, because of the chaos, if we run over, I don't care. Everything is good this week, so we'll figure it out. And we'll just keep drawing names, though. So that's 3. Sherry W5. I haven't seen Sherry W5 tonight. But that doesn't mean they're not here. So, all right. I'm just going to give this a quick little shake. There's still some dripping. I wanted you to see that. Well, I don't know if you can really see it in the camera. It's a little too light. It's still dripping a little bit, but it's really slowed. So, Blue Dove, Jamies are awesome. It's a rule. They are. That's right. I was telling you about the awesomeness of my friend Jamie. And I haven't actually seen Jamie since the pandemic and when we all had to sequester ourselves in March 2020. And all I want to say is when I see her next, I am going to grab her and hug her so hard. She was a hugger, so I know that she won't mind, but I'll obviously ask her first, but I don't know that I'm going to really actually give her a big choice. So, let's see. Next name. Adrian Proler. Adrian Proler. So, we'll see how it goes. I really missed my people that we used to see. We used to have meetups every Wednesday, like clockwork. Every Wednesday we would go to our local home bar, and they didn't serve, I guess they did serve like some pizzas and stuff, but they didn't mind if you brought food in. So we would pick up food from the barbecue joint, and we would just socialize all evening. People who drank, but the bar also provided $5 pitchers of diet soda and free pitchers of water for us. So really kind. They had great big gazebos outside. Right, so I don't think Adrian's here, guys, but we'll see. I'm going to take another bite. Now, as the cheese sticks sit, they do firm back up a little bit. But they still look not, it's not Instagrammable, but it is tasty. And that's really what matters. And I highly recommend eating them making them and eating them. All right. Let's see. Oh, Brianna. Is Brianna here tonight? Brianna Visone. You know, we know Brianna from Keto Palooza and the Two Crazy Ketos and all kinds of places. So, awesome. Oh, yeah, the crunchy on the bacon is great. Defense Wiz says he's digging the crunch. It's a good thing that we have a lively chat going because we were down and there's like no video for minutes at a time. And so when this uploads, people are going to wonder what the heck's going on, and they're going to have to rely on the live chat. It makes me think about editing it, but if I edit it, then the chat goes away, and the chat was basically survival of the stream. Okay, so I'm getting rid of the filter, and now I'm ready for my coffee. Thank goodness, because do I ever need a cup of coffee tonight? Let me show you up close. You can see it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. In fact, probably the number one awesome thing about the Chemex is just how aesthetically pleasing it is. I know it seems like a really weird thing, but there's a lot to that. So, also because I have small hands, it's a little unwieldy, but the pour is lovely. The whole thing, the whole experience is just a thing of beauty. And then it tastes good too. And there's my big iced coffees for tomorrow. I'm going to leave that here because it does look so awesome. Oh, Brianna had tutoring. Well, yeah, and she's not able, yeah, because she has tutoring, she's not always able to make it to the stream. So, yes, they do have some different sizes for Chemex, but this is the standard size. Now, as much as I'm tooting the horn of the Chemex, I want to tell you guys something. I don't know if other people feel this way about it, and maybe this isn't a very popular, this might be an unpopular opinion, but yes, this collar looks awesome. It's really very characteristic and lovely. But can I just tell you, it's a pain in the ass to deal with, because now when I want to just throw the glass in the dishwasher, the collar has to, the little leather strap, which by the way, I feel like I might need to condition it. We can talk about leather treatment in the future, but because it's a little stiff right now, and leather can dry out, because it's really stiff and crunchy, which means I have to untie this knot, and then you have to undo the lacing and get it over the head. The two pieces of the wood come apart. Getting it back on there is quite an adventure as well. So it's not bad. And we'll be talking about why they call it Chemex shortly. Because I do have all the nerd facts. It just got really thrown off by all of the adventures. Again, another local person, Karen Wolfaka. I cannot wait to tell her that I pulled her name out of here. She's really cool. She has a Celtic band, so sometimes in non-pandemic times, it was really cool because you could go see their Irish band at the pubs, the Irish pubs, and they're just incredible. It's fiddly. I don't want to say it's a lot of work to clean. It's fiddly, but the pitcher itself is all one piece and goes right in the dishwasher. So that part is at least easy. Let's see. Sharon Holloway. I'm going to go through everyone until we get to the people here. What's up with that? So, you know what? So, Jujubee's asking about when you buy Keto Chow and there's a coupon code, can you combine that with a referral code? So, a referral code from an affiliate, like, so, I don't know. I think we have to ask the Keto Chow people to clarify. So, it won't double up the discounts. However, it might get, I don't know if it gives like the credits that it does sometimes with the affiliates and the referrals. The Keto Chow checkout process will give you whatever the greatest discount is, all of them, out of all of them. So, let's see. Melissa Cantrell. Melissa Cantrell is the next name that I drew. Here's my extra crispy jalapeno popper. If I'm honest, it's a little bit burnt, but I don't care. It's still delicious. Mm. So, all right, let's draw a couple more, and then I'll get into some of the Pam Giles. I don't know if Pam was able to stick around, but Pam was here. And I'm willing to say that that means Pam can be an actual winner. And I can reach out to Pam and tell them to send me the email. And hey, thanks, Air Frying Auntie, for doing the extra steps there. That's really amazing and very kind. So let's I'll give it a few minutes. Awesome. So that means, so we've got the warden, Pam, Sharon, Cool Kid Keto. I can't, and is that all of the people who are present to win? Is it 4 now? Yes. Yay, Pam, I'm glad you're here. My coffee's really good, you guys. Probably, well, of course it is, because it's my favorite bean. But I need to take a drink here of my water. As a reminder, when you are eating coffee with food, or when you are drinking coffee while you're eating food, in between, you should take sips of water to clear your palate. So, anyways, the Chemex. This is like super cool, because you remember when we talked about the AeroPress and we talked about Alan Alda being an engineer and an inventor? Tim, it's not over. You guys, do we remember what happened earlier? Tim, you are a winner. That's 5 of the Keto Chow packs gone, so we have 1 more and the flat iron pepper. Unless the warden would like to take the flat iron pepper and for me to draw the Keto Chow for someone else. Tim, you've won excitement. Like 20 packs of Keto Chow I'll be mailing to you. So I'm going to wait for the warden to get back to me about the flat iron pepper and the Keto Chow. So, woohoo! Anyways, so as you recall, I talked about Alan Alda and the AeroPress and him being an engineer, but the Chemex. Tim, yes, you won a prize. So you need to send me the email at radicalgeek42@gmail.com with your shipping address so that I can send you your Keto Chow packets. So, okay, so I'm going to take that from a yes. All right, so let's do some. Becca Price. Becca Price runs the Chow. In addition to being part of our regular crew, Becca runs the Chaffle group. And oh my gosh, I don't know how she keeps her sanity, because the spammers attack in there. So she's got to be on it all the time. And also, her Chaffle recipes are awesome, as well as the other contributors to the group. But she's awesome too. All of you are awesome. That's probably why I always say such positive things. Back to the Chemex. So, super cool. The Chemex it's an American device, but it was invented by a German by the name of Dr. Peter Schlumbaum. And Dr. Peter Schlumbaum was born in Germany and then eventually immigrated to the United States. But he was actually born way back in 1896, and by the time he came of appropriate age, he was conscripted to serve in the German army. So he spent a lot of time in war, and he wasn't able to leave service until 1918, where then he went to France. And when he went to France, he had a falling out with his family. And his family had a big chemical and paint business. And he actually wound up making a deal with them to fund his education, and in return he would give up all of his inheritance. And his family were like big money people. Yes. And Air Frying Auntie asked if we could be calling this Schlumbaum coffee instead of Chemex, and the answer is it is. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna eat because it was so tasty now. It actually tastes better as it sits, even though it's cooled down. The saltiness of the cheese kind of comes back up and blends with the salty meatiness of the bacon. So, anyway, so Dr. Schlumbaum, the other really cool part of him about his story is that after he did this, had this whole thing with his family, he kept going to school, and he went to school for ages and ages. But like all people who spend a lot of time in war, he wound up really focused on that, and he actually, part of his studies, he was went to causes of war, including Gestalt psychology. And of course, still hanging on to some of his family traditions, he studied chemistry, and actually his doctorate is in chemistry. And he actually had a huge passion in chemistry and loved it. But because he didn't have his family monies, and he was basically a super genius, he started inventing and would sell patents and inventions to companies. And with the chemistry, his specialty was actually refrigeration, but he did all kinds of crazy stuff. So by the time he came to the United States, he was already thinking about his design. And what he actually came up with in 1939 was a patent that he filed for a filtering device. That's what the patent actually is. So, so tasty. Sorry, that was maybe too big of a bite. Oh, hey, exchange student, are you still here? You have won a Keto Chow pack. And then, so Blue Dove has asked if I have a recommendation on learning to love black coffee. Someone who's very used to a candy level of sweetness in the coffee, and that's giving a challenge to learning to the flavors of a just plain black coffee. So, awesome exchange student. Well, enjoy your Keto Chow. Just for those of you who have one, know that I've got kind of a heavy early in the week, so I'm probably not going to mail packages until like Thursday. So, Attila, if you can do me a favor and tell me how many winners I've had so far, of the ones who are confirmed, I think it's 5. We've got the Warden, Exchange Student 2, Cool Kid Keto. See, and now I can't scroll back and get the rest of the names. Tim. And thank you, Tim, for being quick on emailing me. That's awesome. So, anyways, I think I'm at 5, but I want to make sure about that I'm not at 6. I don't want to overdo it and then not have a package for somebody. Not that I couldn't put one together, but I get excited picking names. Oh, anyways, back to what I was saying about Dr. Schlumbaum. If we thought it was impressive that Alan Alda, super genius engineer, had over 40 patents, he's got nothing on Dr. Schlumbaum. Because that's how he was making his money, his patents and inventions are over 300 of them. So he was just a very busy, crazy individual. I'm going to get the rest of my food onto my plate. Now we're talking. You'd think I was starving today, but... And I've been eating with my hands. I brought a fork and knife, just so you guys know. And I don't even care because I was so hungry. I just really wanted to shovel it in. I'm sure you guys have been there, that hangry sort of feel. Yeah, I think Christy DM. Yep. All right. And then Air Frying Auntie says that Dr. Schlumbaum sounds like a character in a series of unfortunate events. It's true. It's the long, complicated German names. But anyways, yeah, so I forgot to tell you guys some cool Dr. Schlumbaum stuff. You know how I said he went to school for a really long time and that he was studying Gestalt psychology? He actually became like this little anti-war kind of activist. And in the, I can't remember the name of the paper. It was the Hamburg publication, where he actually went so far, and this is really bold for the time, to publish a paper calling to disband the military. And wow, that obviously was not the popular thing to do. But yeah, so he wanted to abolish the military and implement a technocratic leadership in Germany. So yeah, can you believe it? Back in those days, those were some bold things to do. So no wonder he needed to go live somewhere else. I'm sure that death was imminent for him if he had stayed there. But by the time he came to the United States in the 1935, he was working on his designs, and he came up with his filtering device, which really is very similar to what we see here today, except for his was a design that had a handle and a pour spout, and then he refined it down to this Erlenmeyer flask. Initially, there was a lot of controversy, and he had trouble selling the patent because people wanted to have controlling interest, and he was not about to let that go. And, well, because he's no dummy. Why would you do that? Eventually, though, he made a deal with the company called Chemex, and eventually joined Chemex and is what became a partial owner of the Chemex company. So really awesome there. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's just like all those fun little facts. We already talked about the fact that he based it on the Erlenmeyer flask and all of that stuff. So trying to think of what else. I think that's everything. Now, sadly, I mean, he would be really too old at this point, I guess. So, we don't have a zombie Dr. Schlumbaum, but he did pass away in 1962. So there will be no more inventions, only refinements of what he's already built. Now, I will tell you that even though this is the classic Chemex and the original design, well, the second to original, they did bring back a handle design, but it has the same lip as this Chemex. It does not have the collar, and I got to admit, I've been tempted to get one, but because it is more functional. But even though I complained about the wood collar, this is so beautiful. Let's see. I totally lost it on the comments, you guys, because like I said, I let that bump in the road fluster me. But I think we recovered nicely. It took us a while, but that was some outstanding tech work, everybody, by Attila. And of course, everybody else who lives in this household is upstairs and is none the wiser, other than yeah. Let's see. I'm drawing another person, right? Okay. Claire Lampus. I swear that I did not load this for Ohio people. I promise you I did not. But Claire is another Ohio people. But I think we all know Claire too. I love Claire. I don't know if she made it tonight. But I'm pretty sure that I just have one more prize then if we give the warden the peppers, and then the rest are all covered by the winners we have now. So we'll draw until we get one more person. And I will take that opportunity. Gosh, cheese stick or jalapeno popper? So hard to say. It's jalapeno popper. 6 Keto Chow prizes, 1 flat iron pepper. The flat iron pepper is gone. Oh, Sharon, you're here. No, wait, I knew that. Of course, this is an Ohio heavy stream. I want to tell you guys something. Initially, I have super resisted organizing a bigger event. I don't know. I've done them a lot. Events that had 600 or 700 people, events that had like 7,000 to 10,000 people. I might have, and I have enough of my own stash where I could add another prize if I really needed to, but that's also my food, so I want to wait to make sure Attila goes through and captures all the winners to make sure that we've got all of it given away. But I'll also give a couple days for everybody to email, and then if we have one left over, we can just do another drawing. But so I've really resisted the idea because I've been crispy on the whole leadership thing, and if I'm honest, one of the things about being sequestered for the pandemic, I was leading before the pandemic every week my meetup, and then like a couple weekends a month I had responsibilities in other communities, and then I was also attending other keto meetups, and I had gamer meetups, and my calendar was just like super inundated. And you couldn't even keep up, and I was even making other people all around me kind of miserable with everything I had going on because I super needed help. And it was a sigh of relief that all of that kind of stopped. And even though, and I said it for quite some time, because I said it sure would be nice if we had a little keto thing happening in Ohio, and I've tried to convince other people to step up and lead it, and I'm not really getting a lot of that. And it's not as if I've never interacted with Dr. Volek before, And so I'm sort of hitting that that point where I'm thinking that maybe, oh, thank you, Pam, for emailing. I'm sort of thinking that it's possible that I might in 2023 pursue putting something together. I don't want to promise and say I'm all in or doing it, but it didn't escape my mind that several people on big streams said they would show up in Ohio and waive their speaking fees. So, or even that they don't have speaking fees. And a lot of vendors have mentioned that they would be glad to pitch in product for swag, things like that. And so, and sort of getting the hint, and I just don't know. It feels like a heavy lift that I don't know if I'm up for it, but if I decide I am, I'm sort of leaning towards that 2023. Taking a look at the calendar, seeing when some people might be available. And I just, like I said, I don't want to promise or commit, but I'm heavily leaning towards it. I've got some inns at a hotel nearby that would really work with me, and so I really want to think about it and see where it goes. I'll keep you guys in the loop, and I'll tell you if it's like a bust and I run into something that makes me like wrinkle my nose and say, you know what, screw this, I'm done. So I want to tell you also the nutrition facts about these hideously delicious bacon wrapped cheese sticks. And just, you know, this is a tremendous meal for me, but it's a good thing I've been starving all afternoon. It's 160 calories for this. It's your cheese stick and 2 slices of bacon. So it's 10 grams of protein, 0.5 carbs, and 12 grams of fat. So keto ratios, if you follow those, it's 72% fat, 1% carb, 27% protein. So if you're a keto person, it's fine. So go for it. And delicious. Oh yeah. So back to the 2 topics here. Switching to going black when you're very used to very super sweet add-ins with your coffee flavor. It's a long road. And what you want to start doing is slowly reducing the amount of sweetener you use and keeping your dairy add-ins, and work on reducing going unsweet first. Then step back on your other add-ins a little bit at a time, or possibly start switching them away. Like if you're a heavy cream person, start switching slowly, start working away from the sweetener and enjoy the creaminess with your heavy cream. Start working with that. Then once you've gotten used to it not being sweet, then start swapping your cream and reducing it with like your butter, and eventually work your way to where you're just having the bulletproof coffee with the butter, and then reduce your butter down until you eventually get to the black coffee. And for some people that works, and for other people it does not. The other thing I have to say is start working on your brews. Practice, practice, practice. And as you improve your brews, your coffee will get smoother and less of the accidental bitters. And that also contributes a lot to being able to go with your straight up black coffee. Now, and Pam is asking about the strength of coffee. So, because I've said 30 grams for a cup of coffee, it really depends on the brew method. For a lot of brew methods, you're going to go with only 20 grams of coffee, and that will be more than enough. And like espressos, it's like 7 grams of coffee. So it really, really varies. And also when I'm doing like 20 or 30 grams, I'm not doing a cup of coffee. I'm having a big coffee. This cup is like 16 ounces. So it's a big cup. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I know a lot of you are doing the BBBE, so this is like a torturous meal for you guys. Sorry about that part, but not sorry that I'm eating it. And yeah, once you're done with your BBBE cycles, they're a great meal. They are very, very low in carbs, so it's a good reintroduction meal if you start reintroducing dairy. I don't know what happened to Attila. I think I might have confused him with all my name pulling. We'll catch it later. I think we got enough prize winners, and I'll wait, and then like by Wednesday, anyone that I don't have the email from, then we'll do redraws on the next week's live stream. And I think that'll be very exciting. Anyways, I'm very pleased with my dinner. I definitely recommend it. And now exchange student is asking how I sleep with coffee so late. When you've drank coffee from the 70s and now it's 2020, you no longer is impacted by sleeping at night. But also, every night when I go to bed, I take a big slug of the Keto Chow magnesium. And I also then take with me to bed and drink on my nightstand while I watch some YouTube or a TV episode or one of those other things. Or sometimes I play a game or something, and I drink one of those Vita magnesium calms, just warm. And the warm beverage plus the extra magnesium definitely puts me out. So, welcome back, Tim. Oh, and Blue Dove says they don't use heavy cream. They can try with butter. They actually put 2 scoops of Keto Chow and 36 ounces of coffee. So, same thing. Just slowly start reducing how much you use. Don't write off like a Band-Aid it. That's it's too hard, and then you'll find you'll be like, look, I don't like this coffee. And honestly, unless you have some reason to have black coffee, I just got used to it and I prefer it that way. It's been a long time, and there are plenty of times when I love sweetener in my coffee. In fact, I have sweetener in my coffee more often than not. So, but not very much and not a ton. So feel free. So, and Pam says that her husband's the same way. He can drink coffee and fall asleep at the very last swig. Yep. And then exchange student says they think that they're sensitive to the coffee, so they don't drink as much of it. And that's fine too. And I don't drink coffee at night often. Sunday nights and usually nights when I'm not worried about it. I'm so relieved that tomorrow I don't have a 6 a.m. call. In fact, I don't have to talk to anybody at work until 9 o'clock. So I can even stay up a little bit later. I'm not going to feel that morning crush of pressure that I sometimes do. I'm so happy. So that's going to be awesome. Oh, and Pam says they do magnesium pills and it doesn't knock her out. Yeah, you know what? The magnesium pills have never made me sleepy. I used to take those in like the big Cow Mag horse pills, but and the calm doesn't necessarily put me to sleep either, but those KC drops, man, they put me down. They also really help my muscles. So there is that. The KC drops are, I would say, yes, but I will also tell you, caution. Start with smaller doses because I do have to skip the occasional night, especially if I haven't done like the intense exercise, because I do take a larger dose now. But if every so often I have to pause taking those great big doses because then I find that it does cause some intestinal distress occasionally, just from too much magnesium, which we've all talked about before, so that's not a big surprise. You'd think with the cheese that I eat, that wouldn't be such an issue, but there you have it. So, oh, and Blue Dove says they like cold brew with a little stevia only. And they're looking for something to do an extended fast. Okay. Oh, not to do an extended fast. When trying to extend a fast. Boy, my reading comprehension. So, yeah. I'll be honest, when I'm fasting, I actually drink less coffee because I drink more salt water. And I don't know, I really crave it, especially warm. Oh, and Drama Llama Ding Dong says what they took a whole capful of the daily minerals when they got it. Oh, good night, Ran Can Cook. Thanks for showing up and thanks for hanging in. Really appreciate it all. Anyways, yeah, I don't recommend that. I actually can only take the daily minerals and mixed into a large quantity of fluids, and I have to have eaten. If I haven't eaten, oh, it's too much for my stomach to handle. It seems weird, but I guess it's just really concentrated. But if I have eaten something and I mix it into my large water, into my thermal flask, the 32 ounces, it goes down pretty quick, and I have no problems whatsoever. And it is getting on in the evening here in Ohio, so I do think we're going to go ahead and end the stream. I really have to thank you guys. Thank you so much for hanging in while we had such chaos. And we should be in good shape by next week because obviously I'm either going to have repaired my computer or gone and purchased a new one tomorrow. I don't know which yet. We'll figure it out. So... thanks everyone, and I hope we circle back and I'll see you guys all online. See those of you who are too crazy keto peeps at Keto on the Couch tomorrow. Oh, congrats, Tim. Tim says he's cut out his sweetener. That's a hard thing to do. So hard. Oh, Sharon says they just went to level 2 in Ross County. The snow hasn't hit us yet. But I did cover up my smoker in preparation. So, we'll wait for it. All right, good night, everyone. Thanks so much again for a really great evening. It was really super appreciated. And I have to figure out how to stop the stream now. I've lost it. Oh, no, this is just nuts. Let's see. I don't know. I think I have to... So I guess you get extra bonus while I figure out where my stream is to cut it off. Okay. Oh, there it is. All right. Good night for reals. Don't you... I just have to give you guys my Midwestern goodbyes every week then, lingering on and on and on. All right. See you soon. Bye-bye.